You think Cavs are going to flip a switch? What do you think, John?
Yeah, I think they're going to be fine. Obviously, 10-14 after the break is a little bit concerning. But I think Ty Lue has a lot of lineups that he didn't really go to. He's got a lot of weapons at his disposal now with the additions that they've made. So I think they will. LeBron was playing great despite the record. Kyrie was a little banged up. Love missed time. J.R. Smith had come back. Shumpert missed time. So I think they're all healthy. And you do have a different mentality, once that last regular season game is over. Great focus, I'm sure, in practice yesterday. Same with today, and I fully expect them to be ready to go tomorrow.
Well, how difficult is it to flip the switch? You ever been on a team that needed to do that, John?
Well, it's going into the playoffs. I don't know if there's a recipe that is better than another. Winning 7 or 8 in a row, losing 6 of 7 going into the playoffs. I don't think it matters. It really, when that last regular season game is over, it's a completely different mentality. You forget about what happened. Those games were meaningless. Maybe they were important to get in the playoffs at that point, but at the end of the day, the regular season is over, and this is a completely different animal. And so I don't believe in momentum going in. I know what the Warriors won 14-15, whatever it is. If they had lost some games, I don't think it has an effect either way.
Well, unless they got to get on a plane to play Game 7 for the right to go to the NBA Finals, right, John? I mean, that's the head scratcher here. Is don't you want to get every possible advantage in your column before going into the playoffs, even if it does run the risk that you run your guys down prior to a first-round series that you should wrap up in such a way that you could be getting your rest in between rounds 1 and 2? That's the head-scratcher to me about the way the Cavs played the last week of the season.
Yeah, you should put some importance of being the number 1 seed. I mean, if it does get down to that Game 7, you're going to be going to Boston in the Eastern Conference Final, provided the fact that they get there. But, yeah, it was just disconcerting the way they played. I mean, particularly on the defensive end, their numbers were at the bottom of the league since the All-Star break. They haven't been good really all year, and there was no sense of urgency. So maybe it will have an effect. Obviously, we're not going to find out tomorrow. Listen to LeBron James. He feels awfully confident. They do have the pieces, and if they're healthy, I still think they find a way to turn this thing around, and they're going to represent the Eastern Conference in the finals.
So what are the Pacers saying in their locker room right now, going about their business here?
Well, they're 1-3 against Cleveland on the year. The only one game that they won was early, and LeBron did not play in that game. They had a great double overtime game a couple weeks ago that Paul George had 43 in that game. LeBron had a monster triple-double. So I believe there's some confidence. Indiana's won 5 straight. Looked like they were pretty much going to be out of the playoffs 10 days ago, and they made a nice run. Paul George is playing great basketball. He's a franchise-type player that can single-handedly win games for you. So I think there's some confidence there. But, to beat Cleveland 4 times, you got to be almost perfect, and Indiana's going to have their hands full.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.